put the game by Jalen Brunson survived an injury scare to lead the team with 34 points. But on nightcap, Shannon had some encouraging words for Detroit after that performance. Jay.
If I'm Detroit, I feel good. I feel good. I want to win. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm like, hey, damn, we lost. But I feel good that, hey, 9 minutes to go in the game, we had an 8-point lead. It wasn't like we were down 8. Right. We had an 8-point lead. Right. So there's some things that we can do that I feel comfortable that we can do to get this win, split this, and go back home for 2.
A lot of wheeze right there. Interesting. Stephen A. It's unbelievable. All of a sudden, he's wheezed with Detroit basketball. I didn't know. S.A., should the Pistons feel good despite their Game 1 loss to your Knicks?
Hell no. They should figure that Shannon was totally wrong. And this is how you know. You see, because you see, Molly, if he really, really believed that, he would have invited me on nightcap. He'd have called me. See, he can't find me when it comes to the Knicks doing what they did. It's the APB outfit. I can't find him anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? I'm texting Shannon. I don't hear back from him when my New York Knicks do what they did. You understand? A 21-0 run? 21-0? And you go to the, I'm Detroit, I'm feeling good. How the hell are you feeling good when you give up a 21-0 run? Fourth quarter, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? Jalen Brunson dropping 12 in the fourth quarter. My man Campaign showing his experience. Tom Thibodeau should have been trusted him. Well, he trusted him this time around. He shows up big time. The Energizer Bunny's doing what they do. Shut him down. Shut him down. It's a difference being at the Garden, baby. New York, stand up. This is what happens. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody ain't meant for the Garden. You got to have experience. You got to know what it feels like to endure something like that. So Shannon can sit up there, all he want, bloviating about how you can feel good. You should feel good. How the hell you going to feel good getting outscored 21-0 in a key pivotal fourth quarter stretch? Are you out your mind? There's nothing to feel good about that. Detroit can play. I respect Detroit. I think this is going to be a long series because I believe in Cade Cunningham. I believe in Beasley. I believe in Doran and those cats. And I believe in Bickerstaff. He was my coach of the year. Listen, I respect them, but the Garden is a different animal. You understand? Everybody ain't meant for that smoke, Shannon. You know that, Hall of Famer. You know that there's levels to this, okay? And when you roll up in the Garden, you got to be ready. You got to have it in you. And they did it. I don't know how you can look at that as a good thing. I'm sorry. I don't vibe with that at all. And you know better. You really, really should know better.
Stephen A., the Knicks did an unbelievable job. Jalen Brunson was sensational in the fourth quarter, as you mentioned, with Campaign, and Karl-Anthony Towns was Karl-Anthony Towns. I was surprised because when I went upstairs, it was 98-90. And then when I come back down and I'm looking at the score, I was like, this got to be a glitch. I cut the TV off and cut it back on because I thought it was glitched. Because ain't no way a team was down 8, all of a sudden they're up 13, and that's exactly what happened. Campaign, those 9 points in that stretch, was unbelievable. He had 11 of his points in the fourth quarter. He was sensational. Jalen Brunson was sensational. The Knicks did what they were supposed to do, Stephen A. They held serve at home. Let's see what Game 2 holds. Because if I'm Detroit, I feel good. Because I'm right there with about 9 minutes to go in the ball game, Stephen A. I feel very comfortable with where I am. Give the Knicks credit. They did what they were supposed to do. We know that's why he's one of the top 3 clutch performers. Jalen Brunson, Ant-Man, and Nikola Jokic, they're in the finals of the running for the clutch player of the year. I expected nothing less. But let's see if J.B. Bickerstaff, because he's in the running for coach of the year. Let's see the corrections that he makes, and let's see what the Knicks and the Pistons do in the Game 2.
All right, Shannon, we're going to leave it there, dealing with some technical difficulties with Stephen A. But we're going to keep it pushing, kept the pace going this morning, and that's what we're going to continue.
They do lose to this more experienced Warriors team. They're still building something special there. They still have a great coach, and they probably have the most assets in the NBA outside the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they're in a great spot regardless.
So you're going to, okay, granted, he had a 3 for 15 night, so I hate to even have this conversation right now, but he's not always like that, Jalen Green. So you would just sort of move on past him already?
I wouldn't. I don't agree with Chandler and Boogie on this one because, again, you've spent the money already. You've shown that these are the 2 young guys that you're prepping to be the up-and-coming guys. And I don't want to overreact over one game. Like, we can make the argument that Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry are the 2 best players in this series, even in a 7 seed. So it's no surprise that they went out and won Game 1. It'll be a great series to come. We'll see what these guys are really made of. We'll make an assessment after that. But again, when you bring in a Trae Young or a Ja or a KD, you automatically have to shift your attention towards those guys. The one thing that I do agree with Boogie on is you can see greatness up close and personal. But if I'm putting that ball in your hands and I'm telling you to push us forward as an organization, you bring in Kevin Durant, that's going to be his job. And so that kind of stunts your growth, and that's what we disagree with that.
Right now, there's potential, right? There's a long runway with this group. You go and get off Jalen Green, who's super young right now, is not even close to his prime, and you bring in a Kevin Durant. Now there's expectations and pressure to win right now. Absolutely. So it kind of shifts the whole mindset of where the Rockets are. They have their core going forward. I'd like to see them add something different. I am just saying, if they were to make a move, if they were going to go make a splash and get one of those guys, Jalen Green's the guy I want on the other side, so he's got to be in that deal.
Can I ask a mindset question for players? Because I get the Kevin Durant. He has been there at the top of the mountain, done all that. But if you're a 2-seed Houston Rockets team with all these young guys, very talented, and they come to you and say, we're bringing in a Trae Young or a Ja Morant, is there a part of you as the Rockets where you're like, well, why are you replacing us with them?
Don't fix what's not broke, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, one of those guys, I think that's looked at differently because they're still pretty young. Now, when you bring in a Kevin Durant, that's different. He's at the later stages of his career. Now, you bring him in, you're saying, yo, we're trying to do this now. We don't have a lot of time. Like, we don't have 1 or 2 years to warm into it when you have a Kevin Durant. Now, Trae Young or Ja Morant, there is some wiggle room there to build something. But you show a different side of yourself, like when you bring somebody in. Again, these guys are the 2-seed at the end of the day. Yes, they lost game 1, but they've shown you we have enough in-house now to compete at a high level.
And also, you've worked so hard for all these assets. You're really just going to give them up for the opportunity to win in the next 2 or 3 years with a Kevin Durant. It's
fair.
It's a problem to have, but it's a good problem to have. When you have all that, we haven't even talked about like Cam Whitmore. Like he's someone that people would want. So there's a great situation that they have, win or lose. Again, there's a reason why they're underdogs in this series as a 2-seed.
I mean, but we talk about them being a 2-seed. Is that not some type of form of pressure of competing for a championship? If you're the 2-seed in the regular season.
That's what I'm saying. They there already.
All right, so why is it now looked at as taking a step back if you bring in – I mean, obviously the purpose is to win the championship if you're the 2-seed in the West. Right. So now at this point, we bring in a Kevin Durant, we bring in a Trae Young or Ja Morant. Is that
because if I'm a young player, I'm like, what is Trae and Ja done?
Well, again, you just said it. They already competing for a championship in the position that they're in. So if it don't go there, let's say they get out of this round or whatever, and you go make a big splash like that. What confidence are you instilling in the guys that you had already? That these guys that you developed
the confidence is the guys we're bringing in. We're bringing in top tier guys.
But I'm gonna have to. Everybody ain't gonna make it, Boogie.
We ain't worried about everybody. We worry about the guys that's there. But we're not worried about everybody.
I don't care about the 2-seed right now.
This sport is heartless.
Are the Houston Rockets a championship team this year? No. So the 2-seed means nothing, right? It means they had a great season. They're not a championship team this year.
I think they're a really, really good regular season team. I think they're full of potential.
They're great.
Potential doesn't win championships. Production does. And that's what they're going to bring in with a guy like Kevin Durant, Ja Morant, or Trae Young. Production.
I don't know about that. Okay, so that's...
Yeah, I'm going to let it go.
That's that. I mean, well, look, we got the rest of the week. They're going to play again, so we'll be more to talk about.
And by the way, the minute they win the next game, it's all...